Hello, beautiful souls. I'm Terry Lee, pure visionary, psychic medium, and welcome to the second session of The Guides. I really hope that we can dig in and really discover some things that maybe we hadn't known about or learned about the guides before. And trust me, this is the guides, and they're basically going to run the show today. And I am glad to give them the steering wheel because we are anxious to learn about our guides. And these are the days when we need to consult our guides, when we need to trust the messages, validate the messages that they give us, and take bold steps to take action to expand our spiritual knowledge and grow as eternal souls on this planet in this lifetime. So once again, I just want to thank you. I'm going to put a little banner up so that those of you who are joining will kind of understand what's happening today. This is an interactive class, and I hope to have some people to interact with eventually. This is an interactive class, so I do want to put up the comments on the stage. There we go. I'm going to put up your comments on the stage. I welcome your comments. This is a group participation class, and we are going to, and I am going to answer questions that you may have about your guides. Hello, Cecilia 3335. Welcome. And Just Jody 88. Love from South Wales. Love to you. How exciting. We're so happy to have you with us. Hi, Viviani. Oh, my heart. Thank you so much. And we have Bella Kula Linda back with us again. Nice to see you. And Melissa 1640. Okay, since you're here, I'm going to back up just a little bit. This is going to be a guide presentation. And they've got me now all relaxed and have assured me that this is going to go really, really well today and that many things are going to be discovered. So as I said earlier, please, I encourage your comments. I encourage your questions. And we will be answering questions about the guides today. We will not be answering questions about let's see, other questions. We'll be answering like questions about do guides do this? How do guides communicate? How do I reach my guides? Those kind of questions will be the questions we ask today. And then if we have time, I would love to do some guide readings for you, some channelings. So go ahead and ask those, and I will put them on a separate board with stars so that I can visit them later if we have time. I'm loving this. I hope you guys are too. Just got a really good vibe from it. Hi, Cookie Paul. And we just want to welcome everyone here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So when I was a young girl, and I can remember this, I don't want to say super young, but I remember it maybe in my teens. There were times when I would be maybe comforting someone or consoling someone. And I would say something to this person and then later recognize I didn't say that. I don't know where it came from, but it comforted me as well as the person I was talking to. Now at this time, I was still being raised in a very Christian church. I always just assumed they were angels, and maybe some of them were, right? But I always was able to trust that message that came through because it was solid. It was wisdom, and it was wisdom that I could use in my life. These were my guides, and I have come to know them now and know who they are. And then as I began to study being a psychic medium, I was able to do some mediumship readings. And as time went by, people would want to know about what their guides have to say. and I would hear it and try to repeat it. But at some point, it became so fast. It was coming so fast, I couldn't keep up. And I didn't want my mind to get in the way. And all of a sudden, it kind of became channeling. And so I do channel guides, and the messages so many times will bless all of us who are watching the show, those who will watch the show later, and I get blessed too. Many things they say and reveal are things that I never even thought of. All right, and welcome, Dehydrated Water Sail. All right. Okay. And Dehydrated Water Sail, I do have that question started, and I hope I can get to it. We do have some information coming in from the last show, which I apologize, but because of a technical difficulty, I couldn't let it run. It had some kind of a blink in it, and it was just in the middle of it. And I was like, I just need to take it down. So we're going to do a brief review of that. And okay, oh, there's a great question. I'm going to get that one. Yes, thank you, Just Jody. Beautiful. That's exactly what we're talking about. Now, let me know if you guys can't see what's on the screen as far as what everyone's saying. I can make that a little bit bigger, but right now we're just going to go with that. Okay, I'm just going to actually, yeah. I'm going to start a blessing on this, and I do this before private readings too, but I'm just going to ask the Creator, great Creator, please bless this gathering today. Give us the answers to the informations we need, and I ask the guides to come through in purity, in revelation for us who are seeking. Help us discover, help us grow, and we give our eternal thanks. And so it is. Okay. Whew, feel better after that. Okay. Okay. So 1121K. I am not doing personal readings today. Thank you for your question. I may be on Wednesday, but if you stay to the end of the show, I am definitely going to be on a show on Friday, and I'll be doing personal readings then. These are questions about your guides. And if you've ever been curious, you can put in a question about your guides. All right, here's another one. Oh, I love this. You guys are asking great questions. I better get busy. Okay, so I'm going to do a welcome that I channeled from them for the last show, and I'm going to put that up. I'm going to get my little head out of the way. There we go. Oh, whoops, that's not the right one. Hold on. There it is. All right. Welcome, seekers, explorers, skeptics, those who reach for the sky and those who dip their toes into the water. The eternal love for you is so great, so vast, so massive that its fullness cannot be known while you are in your current incarnation here on earth. You can and will feel us to the extent of what is possible as you expand, grow, and learn. There is no scale, no leveling, no judgment of who and where you are in your soul awareness, just the opportunity that we offer. We delight in teaching you. We delight in playing with you. Yes, we are really here to love you, guide you, and help you remember who you really are. Oof. I love that. I just love that. So as we approach, I'm going to kind of play with some of the information that we had in the previous show. Let me just take a peek here. Okay, we had that, and we have that, and I'm looking for the ones that we had previously. And please forgive me because I'm going to go to this. Okay, so in the previous show, we did talk about ways in history where people were readers. They communicated messages to the villagers, to their tribe. They were shamans. They were the healers. They were the ones who were designated to give the messages from the universe to them. This graduated and it became something that was known to each of the people in these gathering areas and towns and villages. They were the ones who spent the time. They were the ones who tuned in. And maybe they chanted and maybe they danced. But these were the way the messages were given in earlier times when man was a lot more united in villages and mindsets back then. So as they came along and time went by, spiritualism came in. And spiritualism was known as something mysterious and deep, and most people thought it was evil. But some people began to be curious about it, and it began to catch on. And readers developed, people who sat at the table, seances, that sort of thing. And things grew from there. Now, we're going to jump in to modern times. Modern channeling and ancient spirit contact different primarily in intent, accessibility, and methodology, while ancient rituals were often community-focused and highly structured. Modern channeling is frequently a personal tool for you, for self-actualization. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of skip a lot of this. I don't really want it to be a lot of information and skip all the good comments that are coming in there. I just want to kind of give you an idea. So we, let's see. Okay, so that's exactly what I said. It was reserved for oracles, and we'll go on from there. Please forgive me for this, but I'm seeing so many people come in. I don't want it to be all about pages up on the screen, okay? Because we're going to discover together. Okay, that's another one of the old ones, so let's move on. We're going to go to this. Spirit guides may come as intuition, sudden insights, or symbolic reflection, or signs. The key is not to focus the communication, but to remain in the vibration. This is from the guides, by the way. To remain in the vibration of curiosity, openness, and joy, which makes it easier for those connections to become clear. Your desire, your intention, your open vibration, your discernment, you need to validate and then trust. And then, if all of these things feel good to you, they will give you a nudge. A nudge. We call it the nudge. But it's just something that moves your soul. Act on it. And that's when it's time to act on it. So I'm going to go take this down, and I'm going to go over here and get some of the comments and questions that are here. Okay. Oh, I love this. Oh, I love this. I'm going to start with Cookie Paul because this is the beginning of where we're starting right now. If you go back to Journey of Souls, and I believe I have something on that here. Hold on just a moment. Yes. Okay. Journey of Souls is where I really began to seek out, and here's the book itself. It's by Dr. Michael Newton. I'm still exploring this book and his sequential books after this one. They're amazing, and I love them. I know people know about Dolores Cannon. She's got incredible stuff too. And if you want to dive into that, feel free. I just kind of resonate more with Michael Newton, not because I think he's more right, but because I love that he did past life regression professionally and then began to discover that he could actually regress people back into their soul between soul lives. Ooh, just got chills on that. All right. So, so Dr. Michael Newton created these books, and they're written in a conversational way. So he documented what the people he was regressing were saying about their soul life, about souls, and about guides as well. I encourage you to look into that. Okay. But in this book, he describes, and I'll just read it. In Dr. Michael Newton's Journey of Souls, guides or spirit guides are described as highly experienced, wise entities that act as mentors and protectors for souls throughout their existence. Often, and I will say this lifetime after lifetime, they are not perfect or divine beings like angels or ascended masters. I'll stick that in, but rather advanced souls who have progressed through many incarnations and are now tasked, because of their desire, with assisting others in their development. It is a true commitment of them to you. They do life planning. Guides assist souls in the life selection area to review potential future lives, evaluate challenges, and choose a new body that best aligns with their learning objectives. Orientation and review. Immediately after physical death, a soul is often met by their primary guide. Again, chills on that too. To ease the initial blow of death and conduct an initial orientation to the process of the life just lived. Also, ongoing mentorships. They offer subtle nudges, as I described earlier, ideas and comfort to souls currently incarnated on Earth, often communicating through intuition or flashes of knowing. Karmic guidance. They help souls understand their karmic debts and orchestrate situations that help them settle these debts through specific life challenges. Wow, that is wild. And then, excuse me, Cookie Paul, I'll put that back up in a minute. Hierarchy and appearance. Now, I did learn this eventually as I went on through the years reading guides, guides have a hierarchy in their appearance. They have soul levels. You know, long ago when I heard about things like soul levels, I thought, oh, that can't be it. We all have to be exactly the same, right? We all have to be the same. There can't be levels, you know. That was my ignorance way back before I started doing this. But now I understand. The relationship with a guide depends on the soul's level of advancement. Beginner souls are closely supervised, while intermediate and advanced souls have more independent, collaborative relationships with their guides. And guides can project themselves. And excuse me, I'm going to take this little banner down. Okay. In any form the soul finds most comforting, such as beloved friend from a past life or a wise elder. All right. Well, there you have it. That's a little bit of information. And Cookie Paul, I'm going to go back and find that comment and put it back up. And there it is. All right. I know that my guides are around me. I would love to know who they are. Over time, I discovered that names are for us, really. And I started with a certain group of guides. And as I had experiences with other ones come in, I would want to know an identity. But see, what we need to understand is that souls, as we really are, and we don't realize it, we're all connected, right? And they are highly connected to us. So if you want to name them something, name them something. As you could see, if you got the beginning of this show, and if you didn't, go back and look at the intro, you'll see that I have the background where it says the guides is all of these like pillars of light. I tried to get something that illustrated exactly what I see when I read people's guides, and I see them as pillars of light. Sometimes I can get like a shade or maybe a face that kind of comes through later. But the most important thing is the message. The message is the most important thing. The vibration, the love, the guidance, the care that they come and communicate with us. I had a guide that always was, and they do have personalities, by the way. I had a guide that was always the one who was very serious and gave me very serious advice about things. This guide didn't put me down in any way, but the communication was clear. And I called that guide the elder because that's the way he came through. Terry, you need to analyze the way you're reacting to this. This is not healthy for you. Things like that. Okay. Other guides, I had one that came in a dream. It was beautiful. I don't want to talk too much about my experience, but then later on, I asked for a name and somehow the name Herschel popped up in my head. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to call you Herschel. They don't really need to have, as it was said in the earlier description, I'll try to put it this way. They're committed to you. And the most important thing to them is that you get the information that they're bringing across for you. They're not wishing to be worshipped by any means. And oftentimes, they're souls that have always been on the other side. Oftentimes, they are souls who have existed and had lifetimes on planet Earth. As the previous description on the board explained. So, Key Paul, let's talk about how to connect and communicate with your guides. I'll do this very quickly because I know there's other questions and I do want to answer them all. As they said in this beginning communication, to keep that imagination, to keep that openness, to keep your playfulness, to understand that this is not all serious, lightning and thunder. And no, these are committed souls. And believe me, they know you intimately. Some can be quite sassy, and I have had those too. I'll tell you about something I wanted to share on this show. But as I was getting ready to do the show, I thought, guides, you can just give me scenarios and things to bring forth on this, and I'll try to keep them in my heart. Well, they gave me one that was really beautiful. So I've always, envisioned what I do, and I've said it many times as a psychic medium. I'm like, this is so exciting. It's like exploring outer space. Well, before the show, when I was thinking about these things, the guys pulled a flip on me and they said, quite the contrary, Terry, you have it backwards. And I'm like, really? And all of a sudden in my head, and this is an example of what they will do, I heard the David Bowie song, Ground Control to Major Tom. I'm like, what? What is that? And then I kind of saw a vision of, the NASA control center, ground control, right? And I'm like, oh, I get it. Okay. We're the ones who are actually exploring outer space. We're the ones. And you're ground control. You're down there available at any point in time to answer any of our questions, should we ask. You're the one experiencing this wild lifetime that we're in right now. And they are ground control. They are NASA headquarters. They are down there and they are communicating with you and making sure that they give you signs, voices, songs. You might see a vision. You might dream a dream. And this is all from ground control. How do you guys feel about that? I thought that was pretty darn cool. It was pretty neat. Okay, I'm going to go back because I've got so many questions coming in. I really would like to just kind of get a handle on how many I'm going to answer here. This is great. And we're going to have many episodes of this show. We're going to continue. Please forgive my dogs. And here I go. All right. Oh, and yes, Kendra mentioned they do change. Yes, they do. They change of time. Sometimes they come back. Sometimes you don't hear from them. No problem with that. It's all the current things that are happening in your life. The guides will step in with the ones that communicate the messages the best. Okay. So, and there's no competition there. It's just the way it is. All right. Okay. And I'm going down. Okay. Here's a great question. I'm just going to pop it right up. Just Jody. Do our guides connect and communicate with us in the same as spirit, or is it different? How can we tell them apart? Well, it's a thread. It's that close. Okay. I've had messages from angels come through, and I have found them to be very powerful and very very present. I don't want to say demanding because that's not it, but you just don't miss it, right? Guides will come through, especially in cases where you might be in danger. You might hear something really strong. Don't go there. That's not a good thing for you to do today. Or they might come in softly and say, as my elder guide did, you might want to rethink the way you're looking at this. There are better options out there for you. To me, the guides come in a very loving manner, playful manner. I get music. Everybody gets different things. Signs, okay? Signs are great. And I'll tell this little story quickly. I always used to hear people say, oh, 111, 222, 1111. And I'm like, I don't understand that. I've never had it happen to me. And then I asked the guides, I said, well, hey, I'll play. You want to do that? That might work. It's a great way to communicate. And it started happening. I wasn't looking for it. It's sort of like the timer goes off on the oven. I go over to the oven and it's 11:11, right? Didn't plan that. Didn't know that was coming. I checked the message out for that time. And there are ways you can check that out online. We won't go through that, but that's the best way I can explain it. I have some guides that come through. I have one that kind of evolved, and that guide's name, I named it, was Blue, because it came through as little tiny blue dots in my vision. With my eyes closed, I could see it. Oh, little tiny blue dots. And I said, I don't know. I said, I know, I think you're a guide, and I'm just going to call you Blue, and you're welcome. And I felt very much at peace. And then one night, when I was feeling really forlorn and having some really serious challenges, Blue came in, and it was just, wow, it wasn't a tiny dot anymore. It was just this big, dark blue. In my center of vision, it was gorgeous. And I just felt love come all over me. I can't describe that love. It was absolutely amazing. And I just said, I'm grateful. I'm eternally grateful. I thank you so much for this. Blue was a guide. And actually, I did do readings for people once a long time ago, and discovered after researching it that, and we'll talk about this later, but they vibrate with different colors, which is, it's not one is better than the other. It's just their thing. That's the best way I can put it. And I believe that Blue's a very advanced guide, because that love came through like I have never felt in my life. So I'll cut that short, but they communicate with us very much the same way as spirit. And they're not apart in the sense that they are a part of the whole of creation, right? And as I said, some are souls just like us, and some are divine souls that have never experienced life on earth. They all come to assist us, and they know exactly, the soul steps forward that exactly you're needed at that time. So that's the best I can explain it. Just Jody, let me know if that, you can say, that didn't really answer my question, and we'll explore it further. But that's what I have for you. Okay. Oh, Cecilia, 33, 35. She says, when I met my guide, she was translucent blue. I didn't have a chance to read that before I put it up. So cool. Thank you, guys. See, they're in charge. Very beautiful. and sat to my right on a bench. She said her name was Cecilia, and I thought she was Saint Cecilia. As we discovered in that earlier page that I put up, guides can appear to you and will use an identity that gives you the most comfort. And, sometimes I think that's what totems are all about. When I was a little girl, I used to play wolf clan, and I used to hide in the coat closet and make our wolf den. I have no idea where that came from. It was just something I always did, and the wolf message has always spoken to me. Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. If you happen to have a totem appear, it could be an animal you run into. I had an owl fly over me once that was just perfectly hovering over me while I was pretending to fly. I'll tell that story another time. The owl became my guide for a while. These are ways we can learn. And the Creator is so magnificent. There's not just one way. The Creator delights in our uniqueness. Oh, and I'll stick this in here. Every soul that is created has a unique contribution to the cosmic consciousness of the universes. That's a message my guides gave me. Whew, powerful, right? So relish in it. Use your imaginations, as the guide said earlier. Playfulness, curiosity. It's so beautiful the way they play with us. And thank you, Cecilia. That's beautiful. I love it blue. That's incredible. Okay. Okay, Kendra, this is an interesting question. I love these questions, everyone. Thank you. Kendra says, can we ask permission for our guides to connect to our children's guides? Very good question. Very good question. I do believe that guides, we all communicate with each other, and I believe our guides do too. I feel that guides will give you direction, and I would leave it up to them as to how they get that information. But what I would do, and we'll talk about this later too, I prefer like meditation or quietness. Maybe put some earbuds on and listen to some beautiful music, or surround yourself with music in some way. Do some deep breathing. I'm tuning in. Hello, hello. And just don't try to get anything solved right away. Just relax. As I said, imagination, creativity, curiosity. And then you might say something like, guides, on my heart today is to know what my children's guides may have to say. Can you communicate that to me? They may pop in. That's their choice, and they may not let you know that. But you can also, and I always advise this too, start with gratitude. Guides, I am so grateful that you are there for my children, my grandchildren, and my great-grandchildren to come. I thank you in advance for the messages that you're going to reveal to me, for the times that you're going to show me things that I may not realize about them, for the times that you're going to show me their unique personalities and how to honor them, how to honor their soul. And you get that from there. Gratitude is always the best way to start, because it clears our mind from what our mind is trying to say, right? I hope that answered your question. Kind of got chills on that one too. Okay. Okay. All right. And here's a great question. We kind of answered a little bit before, but Just Jody wanted to know what they look like. We talked about that. You may see them in a different way. You may, as we said, there are many ways to see your guides and communicate with them. So it's important also in that state of gratitude to tell them, I'm curious. I would like to know. Give me some information. And you may get it from a book, a movie, a friend, a psychic medium. It will come. And if you need validation, feel free to say, I see what you're saying. please give me another sign to validate that. I want to know that this is truly coming from you. And then just wait. Little birdie will land on your windowsill and peck on your window or something, and you'll be like, okay, that's it. That's it. So all guides have not had a past life on planet Earth. Some guides come through and they have always been on the other side in the spirit world. Okay, so however you want to put it. That is their mission. That is what they have probably studied for eons, and they're experts at it. And then those who have lived lives on planet Earth have had the desire to be a guide, and then they do the same thing. And that's why you get all these wonderful personalities coming through. And as I said, sometimes they're sassy. Sometimes they send music. They have specialties. They like to make you laugh. Joy. They love joy. So just know that and be at peace with how they come through. Hi, Venus Pisces. I'm just catching up. Nice to see you. Oh, and Cookie Paul says, I am blessed to have them in my journey. Oh, yes. We certainly need ground control in these days and times, right? And understanding that you have guides and that you're surrounded by guides and beginning to communicate with them, you begin to live, wow, I don't even know how to explain this. It's an expanded life. You kind of step out of that, I'm a body, I have to do this, people will judge me, I judge myself. You get out of that mindset and you realize, I am an eternal soul. I am an eternal soul. I have a mission here. Even if it's just a walk into the grocery store and love everyone I see, I have a purpose. I'm an eternal being. And yeah, I've probably lived many lifetimes. And this is something I chose. And my guides helped me to choose it. Everything about your life. They take you in. And if you read Journey of Souls, it'll blow your mind. To me, it sounded like a great theater. And lives and circumstances were passing in front. And then the guides would say, well, this is something you could learn from this lifetime. And you have also ascended masters and guides that come in with specialties of helping you pick a life. Doesn't that blow your mind? So here we are. And yes, we are extremely blessed. Thank you, Cookie Paul. Okay. And yes. Okay. T Lynn 9819, I have to say, she says, so much available to learn. Would love to learn more of the Sea of Souls. I have never heard of that. Later on, or in the show here, or you can email me at purevisionary@gmail.com. What is the Sea of Souls? Never heard of it. Would love to hear about it. Okay, thank you. Anybody else know about the Sea of Souls? I don't know. Okay. All right. Hi, Garnet. Like I said, just catching up. Great to see you. Okay. Oh, okay. There's a film. Okay. There's a film called Sea of Souls about the paranormal, I think. Isn't it a place where souls reside after death? That's so interesting. I've never heard of it described that way. I will check that out. It could be based on the idea that, and the guys have showed me this too, in the realm of existence, we're all connected. And they showed me a great light grid, and how we are all one. And so many people will say, you are the ocean and you are a drop in the ocean. And that might be a bit of what that's about. I'll have to check it out. And I love to learn. So thank you. You gave me something to check out. But that might be what it's referring to. In Journey of Souls and many other books, many of other NDEs, near-death experiences, descriptions are given. And sometimes they're very different. I don't know. But I learn a lot from each and every one that I explore. And it really helps us to understand that this world is not our home. I love that old song too. This world is not my home. I'm just a traveling through. And we're traveling through, and we chose to be here at this point in time. And everybody, pat yourself on the back, because we're pretty amazing souls to be here. Okay. And yes, the paranormal has many things to do with guides, angels, all kinds of things. Okay, Venus, boink, got your question. I'm going to start answering those questions real soon. We'll see what they give me. Oh yeah, the man who fell to earth. Excellent, excellent, Garnet. I love that. Okay. Oh, good. All right. I'm glad you're enjoying this, Cookie Paul. Thank you. Thanks for encouraging me. I knew they were going to help me. So honestly, this was the easiest show I had to dive into. Does everyone have guides? Okay. Here's a great question. Just Jody, you got some good questions. She asked, does everyone have spirit guides? A reader once told me that I'm not connected to my spirit guides. I don't know what the reference of that was. That is certainly not true. You do have guides. They're assigned to you. They are committed to you. And as I said, many of them have been with you lifetime after lifetime on this great exploration of being a human on planet Earth, okay? It helps your soul to grow. And in order for your soul to grow, you need to have protection, guidance. You need to have an experience of love. If you're not seeing a vision of guides, or, if butterflies don't come and land on your shoulder every day, doesn't mean that you're not connected to your guides. And maybe in a little bit, we'll get back down to ways to connect to your guides. And as I said before, it's not difficult because they're so close to you. They know you intimately. And as the message from the guides in the beginning of the show said, there is no judgment. They don't come in judgment. They may come with wisdom, or suggestions that may help us get through a situation with ease, or they may come with something to protect us from danger. Sometimes your intuition about people can be coming to you from your guides, and they wouldn't say anything in judgment, but they may say, you need to maybe explore the influence this person has over you. Something like that. So yes, you're connected. And I don't know, some readers maybe just don't quite understand that, but you certainly are. Okay, great. Good question. Okay. Ooh, there's a great one too. All right. Oh, I'm getting ready to do some readings. I'm excited. Oh, how nice. I love it, Garnet. That's great. Oh, okay. Thank you, Andrea. I appreciate that so much. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay. Let's get this one here. T-Lynn, thank you. I've read it as where all souls come from and return to. She must be referring to that sea of souls. Excuse me. But I have more questions. Well, I'll look into that, and maybe in the next session of the guides, we're going to have quite a few sessions. I'm going to try to do one a month, and maybe, if we get enough questions, I might do two. But they're certainly with us here today. I can just feel it all over. It's just, that's another thing, is the more you work with them, you'll understand that feeling when they're near and very close to you. As I said, you'll get chills, you'll get nudges. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a nudge from the guides. I'll explain that to you quickly, and then I'm going to dive in. This may go a little over an hour because I really want everyone to feel like you have a good full meal deal today, at least enough to consider and think about. So, yeah, I'd always been fascinated by, far out things. You'd always find me in the occult section of the library back in the day when I was a young teenager, curious about these things. And I recognize that now. It was my guides nudging me on, encouraging me, hey, expand your mind, right? I came from a very religious family, and my mother was a blessed woman. She actually had kind of prophetic dreams at times, but very much into the Bible and the church and the beliefs there. As I started to get older, I went through some really wild experiences, and I began to recognize voices, and it's not like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a thought that comes into your head that you know is not yours. Just like I explained, there were times I said things to people and I'm like, I didn't say that. In fact, I never realized that. I'm going to use that. That had occurred to me, and I'd always followed psychic mediums. I was fascinated with them. And, like many, I thought, oh, no, you got to be born gifted. You have to be born a psychic medium. As time went by, I learned that is not true. We all come to this planet, I'll say this quickly, with everything we need to not only survive, but to thrive and to grow as souls. Everything the Creator creates expands. The universe expands. We expand as souls. And this is all part of that expansion. Also, it's a part of, and we always say, well, why is there darkness, and why? It's all a part of the duality, and that we learn to understand it and recognize it ourselves. So I was curious about it, and I think it was shortly before COVID happened, so 2019, something like that. I started tuning into YouTube, and I tuned into Susan Lin. Just loved her channeling, and I still do. And Medium Kim. Both Susan Lin, and you can find them on YouTube, and Medium Kim decided to do a class for psychic mediumship. Thank you, God. I saw it and thought, oh, that's really cool, but I don't know. I would have to read souls and that kind of thing. And I was really nervous about that. And boy, you don't want to be wrong, do you? I mean, that's a little scary. But so I kind of put it on the table, and I went camping with my family, and they just kept nudging me. I kept thinking about it. This is something you should do. I could hear it. I could feel it. I felt the strength of it in my heart. And so we were even out of cell service. We went into town one day to get some breakfast, and I just said, do it. And I did it. I signed up for it. And I trained with the most beautiful, beautiful souls to this day. The Psychic Triad is an example of two other beautiful psychic mediums that I trained with. And it began to happen. And I began to experience this expanded knowledge and communication. And so this is our mission, our journey. And I believe that this is a time, and you hear people say the veil is thinning. It's a time of awakening. And I pray that is part of the enlightenment of humankind. Oh, yes, please. Okay, so thank you. T-Lin, I hope to answer more of your questions in the future. But that is an example, my dears, of a nudge, something you feel led to do. As a psychic medium, I love to channel the guides. I love to allow you to hear what they have to say and their way of expressing it and their love for you. That is the main thing that I feel when I channel guides. All right, everybody, I'm popping back over, and I'm going to grab a couple questions. Let's see what the guides lead me to. Okay, I've answered like the other ones, but okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. There it is. Hi, Venus Pisces. Nice to have you with us. I'm going to get a cup of tea before I dive into this. Okay. Also, I'm going to add There are many tools you can use to tune into your guides. One is to get into meditative state, deep breathing. Your intention. I intend to just sit here and I'm going to breathe deeply and I'm going to connect with my guides. And I'm just going to wait. And I may not get anything right now, but I may go out later for a walk or something. And you know what I mean? That's how you can do it. You can amplify that with a crystal. And in fact, one day I was meditating and communicating with my guides, and I clearly heard, you need to get some labradorite. I was like, okay. And so we had one crystal store in our town. And so I went down to this store, and they were closing. I caught them right like the day or a couple days before they were going to close. And I asked, I said, do you have any labradorite? She goes, yeah, I have one piece, and it's this labradorite heart. And she said, but, it's got a little chip on the back, which that's how all the special powers come out, right? We just chuckled and said, that's fine. And she gave me an excellent deal on it because she was going to close. And I'm sad that they're gone because I just love to go to that crystal shop. But labradorite will help you tune in. I have a labradorite necklace. These earrings are labradorite. Crystals can help you tune in. Rose quartz, all right? And you can look all the crystal information up, and maybe someday we'll do a show about crystals, but it's the intention. I grab this, put it in my hands, and it tells my soul, this is business. Get your mind out of the way. Let the guides come through. So that's what we're going to do. All right. I'm going to state the question again. Venus Pisces wants to know, may you ask my guides which way they try to communicate with me most? And do they have a message for me today? Okay, tune it in. Now, Venus, I will read your energy first. That's kind of how, it's almost like opening the door. And I'm going to ask them to give me insight into your current state of energy. Okay. Give me a minute. Okay, I'll just let them decipher it. I'll get it out. I'm seeing, wow. This isn't a vision of like a bad storm. This is a vision of the energy, the power of the ocean. Ooh. It's what I see is the ocean waves coming in. There are certain places on this planet where the ocean displays its power in such a way where it hits the rock and it splashes up and it turns into mist in the air. Okay, guys, what does that mean? Okay, I'm going to let them come through. I'm feeling a joy coming in from them and a love, a very tender love. And they're saying, oh, this is the time when you are feeling your true soul power. There are many of us here, and we are so happy for you. We wish to identify to you that you know the messages that have been coming to you and how different they may be at times. How sometimes it's a revelation, how sometimes it's a song, a music, a story, a remembrance of a soul who's passed, a remembrance of a friend, the love of a dear pet, the fresh breeze in the spring air. It's all around you. It's not defined. It's a collective energy. It's a collective energy. We know you may not feel like you have acted on an expression that we have made to you. We know that you may wonder if that is something that we have expressed to your soul that you need to do. But we would encourage you to enjoy the power of your waves, the power of the ocean, the power of your life on the planet at this time. You have conquered so many things. You have been enlightened in this lifetime to change direction, to love yourself more, to forgive yourself more, and therefore you are able to have a greater love in your life. And we are with you, and we are many. Okay, that's what I got. I'm going to go over to the live, and you can let me. Oh, how beautiful. Okay, so Venus says, oh, wow. And so true. That was what I was going to ask, if you could validate that. And yeah, that was pretty interesting. I hope that blessed everyone. Wow. Okay. Okay. Press that question before. Oh, okay. I'd have to catch up with that dehydrated water. Let me get back to that. Let me see. Oh, I love that. And I got chills on that. By the way, everybody, ask any psychic medium, most psychic mediums, I'll say, and they will validate to you that chills are definitely a sign. I heard Sterling say today, I listened to his show today, I think it came on Sunday, that hot flashes can be a sign too. Never had a hot flash that was a sign, unless it was a sign and I didn't know it and thought it was menopause, right? But definitely chills. Definitely chills. When I do a reading and maybe a soul comes in from the other side and they'll say something specific to the person who is anxious to hear from them, and a chills will just come through my body. I'm like, okay, all right, we got the right soul. They'll come from your guides as well. When you get that, they're trying to get you in a certain direction or a certain thought, and you all of a sudden it's like a light bulb goes off in your soul, and you're like, I get it. And then they're like, chills. Yes, you got it. So I'll pass that little goodie on to you guys. Beautiful. Oh dear. Namaste. It was a pleasure to read for you today. That was great. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is what you're talking about, right? Oh, this looks like a tough one. Dehydrated water sail. I would love to know where that name came from. This may be a weird question, but would someone like Hitler have had guides? Do guides always work for the positive enhancement of humanity, or are some dark? Or do such concepts, and then here's the finish, do such concepts such as good apply? Excellent question. Excellent question. Yes, we all have guides. Their intentions are good. There is never a guide that exists. It could be a weird dark thought in your head, maybe. Just wipe it out and say, I don't resonate with that. But guides will never, ever give you anything dark or evil to do. Never, ever encourage you to harm another soul. They are all about love and light, truth and wisdom, joy. So Hitler, Hitler had guides. Yes, Hitler had guides. It's that soul's choice to listen to those guides or not, or follow desires to do the things, sadly, oh, that he did. Guides will never, ever tell you to do something to harm another soul. Ever. So that's the answer to that question, and I hope that you can resonate with that, because that's simply who they are. And yes, every soul has guides. Every soul has guides. And here's another little thing. After we pass, it's often our guides who come and greet us into the other world to help us be comfortable. Then there is a life review. This is the truth. You will have guides surrounding you, maybe some ascended masters and angels, it depends. But the guides will reveal to you your life, and you have to witness it. And yes, you will feel, they confirmed this to me, you will feel everything that has happened in your life, not only the things you experienced, but what you cause other people to experience. And I don't tell you that to scare you. I advise you to keep your intentions good and full of love. But yeah, we're going to have to experience it. I always have things in the middle of the night where my whole life kind of reviews. I'm like, oh man, okay. And I have to kind of forgive myself for that and move on. And then I asked my guys, I said, why do I have to have a life review when I've had so many nights awake thinking of these things? It is part of the system. It is part of the way our soul grows. And when they do these life reviews, and you do see it, and you do feel it, and you do understand it, that's how you grow. That's how you grow. So, yeah, all souls go through the life review and will feel the harm that they've done to other souls. That's as far as I kind of want to go with that, because, we don't need to go there. I don't want to sound sassy, but it's kind of none of our business. That soul's come and gone, and I don't even want to think about it anymore. So let's see, what is everyone saying out there in the chat? Okay. Yeah, that was an interesting question. And I've had other people express that interest. So it's something we all kind of think about when we begin to explore. Journey of Souls. Check it out. There's Journey of Souls, Destiny of Souls, and Lives in Between Lives. And as you can see, I go back and read it over because it applies so many times to things that are going on in my life. And it's pretty exciting. Now, I have to tell you, too, that the first time I got this book and read it, it was a book. And I was trying to grasp it. I was kind of getting pieces of it, but it wasn't until I got it on Audible, and it's available on Audible, on the Audible app, and it's read, but it's expressed as a conversation, which is what you'll see as the way the book is written, because it's literally questions he asked souls and what the souls responded. So then it became more like a conversation to me, and then I really started to get it. And then I would listen to Audible and then pause it anytime that my guides would have something to say to add to that or direct me in another part of the book. And wow, it's a wild adventure. Dr. Michael Newton, and I thank him often. Thank you. It's so helpful. Such a revelation. Okay. Oh yeah, Defending Your Life. That's right. Yeah, I need to watch that again. I haven't seen that in a long time, but definitely. And I hope that Hollywood is inspired to do more things like that. I mean, yeah, I know we're going to get a lot of extraterrestrials movies now because that's a big interest, but I would love to see them explore souls. Hint, hint, if you know anybody connected to Hollywood out there. Also, you can also go to Gaia Network. It does cost. It's a subscription, but there's a lot of really good information there from all kinds of experienced psychic mediums and people who channel. That's where you can get a lot of information. And when you hear something and you go, wow, I don't know. And then just go ask your guides. They'll confirm. They'll give you a peace in your heart when it's right. Okay. And I'm going to go back over. I got one more question to ask, maybe. Okay. Here's one. Were the lighted rings, I saw a message from a guide. Lynn 9819, are you still here? I might have you clarify. And she has two guides that she's aware of. Great. Okay. Yeah, she's here. She just commented, Terry. Can you explain what happened a little bit more? I mean, I can go in and find out. Let me know. Very interesting. Lighted rings. I saw a message from a guy. Lynn 9819. Let me know a little bit more about what you saw or how you saw it, and maybe we can dive deeper into that. I mean, I can ask the guides, but it's a little bit easier for us to understand what's going on if you can clarify that. And if you are not here, just say I'm here. If you're here. If you're not here, we'll move on. So many things I wanted to touch on today, and I think we got through a lot of things. Oh, good. T-Lynn, can you describe what the situation was? You said, were the lighted rings. I saw a message from a guide. Was that a vision? Were you meditating and it popped up? Or did you actually see something physically that you felt was a lighted ring, or something that was a message from your guides? Let us know. This sounds very interesting. Okay. All right. I'm in the live, so let me know. I'm watching for it. I do have a slight delay on here to keep things from coming through too fast, because it's kind of a thing to keep up with. In the meantime, we're past the hour, but I want to know that you all felt like you had a lot of your questions answered today. There's so much more to explore. There's so many things we can talk about. We can talk about vibrations, tones, things that also can help you communicate with your guides. Your art can help you communicate with your guide. Writing music. Can writing music be implemented by your guides? Oh, I got chills on that one too. Okay, so here's her story. She glanced to her side, saw two 4-inch diameter rings. Imagine circles overlapping and bright white light. Okay. I was once caught off guard when I switched Venus. I saw large streams of golden light flowing in my backyard. Oh, don't you love it? I kept closing my eyes because I couldn't believe what I saw. Definitely. Okay, we're all on the same page here, I think. Okay, and then she says, oh, sorry. It's okay. Also saw a very bright white light while meditating last night. Okay. I'm going to tune in, but I'm tempted to say very much like my blue. We'll see, though, okay? Because I want to make sure. Okay, tuning in. All right, I'm going to tune in to your energy. Okay, now my blue just popped in the corner. Help us tune into her energy. My guides give me colors sometimes as a shortcut, just to show me and get me moving. A really deep, deep pink just came in, which is just tender, tender love. And then a lovely shade of spring green, which is growth. So you are experiencing spiritual growth. They're saying that you're deeply loved and you're experiencing growth, spiritual growth. So I'm asking, what are these lights? When you show us lights, I'm hearing a light is like, okay, a light is like a telephone call. It can be just hello. It can be pay attention. It is an invitation to tune in. Okay? They're saying you wouldn't get the call if we didn't think you would answer. Oh, they're correcting me. If you didn't know. If we didn't know you would answer, you wouldn't get the call. Yes, it is playful. Yes, it is joyful. This is not a tedious journey of learning. This is not a heavy weight, a pack you have to hold on your back as you go on the lifetime in this planet. You are not obligated. You are not judged or rated. You are free to play with us, and often it will be play. Don't carry the load of, I have to learn this or I must be that. Very much like the flowers that grow in your own garden. You don't expect them to be this or that. You love them. You adore them. You nourish them. And yes, you can even communicate with them. This is the way it is. This is the way of love and light and joy. There are times in this journey that feel dark and frightening, and you need comfort and guidance. There are times that are meant to be joyful and meant to show you the beauty that surrounds you, the synchronicity of this planet and all the souls on it. Drink it in. Drink it in like a cool glass of water. And be secure in the power of your soul. Ooh. I like that. I like that a lot. I hope that blessed you, dear. Wow. Okay. We're getting really close to being, about an hour and a half. I'm trying to read here as the light behind my screen is getting really bright. Oh, okay. So she said it was, could it be a form of orbs? Sometimes they do appear as orbs. Yes, absolutely. And that you can visually see them with your eyes. Sometimes you see them with your heart. That's the other thing. Explore the fact that there are many ways that we can see and learn and know things. It's a phone call. Okay. And yeah, I mean, I just want to encourage you. You're a beautiful soul. You've got wonderful gifts to explore and a beautiful lifetime ahead of you. One more question, then that's going to be it. Maximum Fearless 2984. Thank you for your question and welcome. Are these guides external to us? How do we know that we are connected to them? I suppose it is a subjective experience alone, and I am getting lost in differing terminologies. I would be happy to explore terminologies with you. If you want to add something in live right now, I'm watching it. That's what this show is all about. That's what this show is all about. And it is a journey. It is an exploration. And you always have the opportunity. And that's why I spoke earlier of discernment, the big D, discernment. Your soul is equipped with powerful discernment and powerful intuition. if you hear something and it's not quite right, you can have a prayer or write down. Oh, we didn't get into that. You can write things down, write a question down. That's expressing it. It's bringing it into your current reality. If it's all up here in your head, it needs to come out in some way. Either you need to speak it, write it down, describe it. I mean, that is what brings it into your reality so that you can discern. You will feel it. You do. Maximum Fearless 2984. You have that power. Okay. Oh, and T. Lynn says, oh, and it was very powerful, beautiful. And you're very welcome, dear. An honor to explore that with you. So as we go on in this class, and I'm going to start to wrap it up, session 2 is almost over. You'll come back and join us. And we're going to explore a lot of terminology. We're going to explore a lot of ways to experience our guides and a lot of the ways they can joyfully show us things to help us expand now in this time on planet Earth. And let me tell you, it's everything everywhere all at once. So I'm experiencing my guides almost the same way. It's like there's all this stuff coming to us in this existence right now. And it is everything everywhere all at once. You're like, oh, I can't take this in. They're there to help you. They're there to help your soul come forward through this lifetime with peace and give you insight and direction. And as we explained before, you will learn to have that validation also in feelings in your body. Chills, a knowing, clairsentience. You'll hear it maybe clairaudience, and we'll get into that stuff next time too. Oh, you're welcome. And don't be afraid. Maximum Fearless 2984. Don't be afraid. As I suggested, there are materials, and this is just simply one of them. Check this out, Journey of Souls, available on Amazon or on Audible, which is really easy to listen to. You'll start to understand, and you'll hear something, and you'll be like, I resonate with that. And that's a real thing, that resonate feeling. You will feel it, and you will know it, and you'll be given guidance. You're promised guidance. Absolutely. You're promised guidance. Okay, great. Oh, wow. Time to close up the show, everybody. Wow. Very, very cool today. Oh, I had good feelings about it. And yep, it was a beautiful show. Okay, so I'm going to cover a little business now. Let's go. We're going to go to, you can book a full private reading with me, Pure Visionary Psychic Medium, at purevisionarypsychic.com. I have some options available, I believe, in March. And usually at the end of the month, the new options will be given in April. And hopefully it explains everything to you. If you have questions, purevisionary@gmail.com. Happy to answer any of your questions. Okay. And if you enjoyed this session or this class, please hit the like button, and comments after the show are welcome. If you're watching this later and you have a comment, please comment after the show. If you watch this show and you got something from it and it blessed you, please comment after the show. That helps the algorithms, and it helps the show to spread to many more people. So I really appreciate that. Oh, and I thank you all for your support. Thank you very much. Okay, and upcoming shows. Now, I may be giving a live reading show this Wednesday. Let's see, that would be the 18th, okay? And those are at 5 Eastern, 4 Central, 3 Mountain, and 2 Pacific. Watch on my channel. There is a section up at the top that says posts, and those posts will pop up. If you are subscribed and you have the notification bell, then select that, and you will get notifications, and I'll let you know here. And I have an appointment, but I'm trying to work it out so that I can still do my show on Wednesday. If not, Friday, March 20th, 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific. The Psychic Triad will be reading your questions live. The Psychic Triad is Sun Psychic Jean, Kigaru, Spiritual Journeys, Terry, and me. We all train together. We have a deep love for one another, and we all read in ways that can validate the other readings, but also in our own unique way. So you'll have 3 psychic mediums to read your question, and that will be the main channel will be on Kigaru Spiritual Journeys, Terry's channel, Terry Suzuki, but they'll be simulcasted on Sun Psychic Jean's channel and on my channel. So you have lots of ways to check out the show. You can comment, you can ask questions, and we just enjoy to have each and every one of you come and get your questions answered. It is something we look forward to once a month. So please join us. All right, everybody, going back to the comments, giving you, oh, thank you, Dehydrated Water Sail. I appreciate that so much. Oh, and Venus Pisces, that's your birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Hope to see you then. Well, I imagine you might have things to do, but that'd be lovely. Okay, and you're welcome. You're welcome, Cookie Paul. Oh, here's the thing. Every single one of you sends your energy. The way you work and support each other in the questions in the chat, and the way you support me, we all feel each other's energy. So we're all a part of this together. We're all a part of this journey together. Oh, very exciting, right? So I just want to, let me take this down, leave you with something the guides told me. Terry, every single show you do, end it with this message. It's very powerful. So consider it, cherish it, take it to your heart. You, yes, you are loved beyond measure, beyond measure. Thank you so much, everyone. Namaste. And we'll see you next time. Watch my channel. You'll see the next class pop up. And I'm so excited to share more with you and invite the guides to teach us. Thank you. Bye-bye.